That's right. Takealot is dead. And if you want to stay up to date so you can continue to earn cash, you're going to have to evolve. Let's go into it, and we're going to hit it right now. So I want to show you something that a lot of Takealot sellers quite literally get scammed on. It's the very first product. I'm going to open up Chrome. I already have it set up here. So here's a product. Now let me make it focus so you can see it clearly. It doesn't matter what the product is. This is called a camping chair. But let's look at the reviews. 72 reviews. Now a lot of you Takealot sellers will say, that has so many reviews, let me sell because it's going to make sales. But now there have been new players to the market, such as Shein, such as Temu, such as 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝙊𝙎, which we're going to speak about later. Which means these products maybe did get reviews. But now, because of there's so many new players, you guys aren't going to be able to make the sales, even though you think you're going to make sales. Next thing, you've gone and spent 10, 15 grand on stock. And then it just sits there. Now what happens? Takealot charge you storage fees at this rate, which is quite literally extortionary. Even though they've decreased that rate, if you have hundreds of units in stock, that's going to add up to chowing down your profit, so you guys aren't even able to take home and pay rent. That is absolutely disgusting to me. I'll tell you a perfect story. One time I knew a guy, also had a Takealot store, very, very successful, but he didn't understand that Christmas trees, I know it sounds ridiculous, that Christmas trees only sell within the December season or within the month leading up to Christmas. He saw that all these products had hundreds of reviews and the price was incredibly high. So he thought, wow, I'm going to make 500 rand on every single Christmas tree. It has 300 reviews, it had a lot of sales history, and he thought that he was going to make a lot of money. But it was only July, in the middle of the year. But he didn't understand culturally that it's going to be Christmas. I mean, it's unbelievable that person can't understand. So what he did was he went to all of his suppliers. He said, give me as many Christmas trees as possible. You know how these guys do it. They go and buy massive amounts of stock so there's no more competition. He bought 500 Christmas trees. And he sent them all in Takealot stock. He sent all of them, 500. Bought packers. He got bubble wrap like this. He packed every single Christmas tree, but it was July. And he sent 500 units in across Cape Town and Joburg DCs. Started getting charged storage fee on every single one. Every single month, because they charge the storage fee. Imagine 4 rand times 500 units. In fact, it isn't 4 rand. Back then it was much higher. They've actually decreased the storage fee charge. Now it's much less. Apparently it's 4 rand per product. But back then it was massive. And he was running up this bill month after month after month. Next thing, he had to close down his business because he had so much money in stock, couldn't sell it. He took all the stock, then it was a stock removal fee, and he went bankrupt and he stopped selling. This is why it's so important to understand seasonality and understand the trends of the market. Now there's Shein and Temu. You know what that means? Customers aren't going to go shop on Takealot for all of their cheap fashion stuff and all their clothing as they once did, buying belts and buying shoes. Now they're going to Temu and now they're going to Shein. So if you want to think that you can still continue to sell those items, then unfortunately you may end up like that guy who bought Christmas trees in the middle of July and then he wasn't able to make any sales. So that's the first thing I want to tell you. Now, there's a second major operational shift. And we see that it's not just about people wanting to get brand new items. There's a new shift to an app called 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝙊𝙎. Now, maybe some of you guys know how it works, or you guys have seen it. But really what 𝙀𝙀𝙋 is doing is it's supporting the creative economy, where people will take their second-hand items, snap photos of them, and then put them on 𝙀𝙀𝙋𝙊𝙎. So now you're able to find dresses, clothing, shoes, anything and everything you would have normally bought on Takealot, just like these items on the screen now, but now you can get them for second-hand prices. So yes, maybe you would have bought a swimming costume for 500 rand on Takealot. But now you can find quite literally the exact same brand, maybe not the exact model, but the exact same brand on 𝙀𝙀𝙀. Not for 500, but for 200 rand. I'll give you a perfect example. I know in South Africa, Fabiani is an unbelievable brand. Fabiani is the best brand. It looks cool. We have those hats, and we have our sling bags and all that kind of stuff. So I bought a pair of Fabiani shorts for 800 rand. And next thing, with all the gym and all the exercise, my legs went from that size to that size. So I no longer fit into my size small Fabiani shorts. So I decided, let me hop onto 𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀 and list them. But when I put them for 500 rand, not a single person liked the photo, not a single person looked at it, not a single person bought it. So every single day I decided, let me decrease the price. So it went from 800 to 500, from 500 to 400, 300, 200, and it didn't even make a sale. It was only at this price, and I'm showing you a photo on the screen right now, that I managed to sell those Fabiani shorts. So if you guys are even thinking that, oh, maybe I'm going to be able to sell branded products or things at a premium price and Takealot, well, now that you have this creator-centric economy where people can actually take photos and are enabled to sell their own stuff, You're going to maybe find Fabiani shorts that you could sell for 800, only available for 100. I mean, think about it. If you're a customer and you walk into a shop and virtually every single item or virtually every single brand can be found at least half or less than half of that value, why would you in your right mind ever buy it new? Yes, maybe you want to look cool and look chic, but at the end of the day, we are trying to save as much moolah as we possibly can. That's a major operational shift. And there's a third operational shift. Amazon coming to the Takealot sphere. I originally thought that Amazon would be allowing South African creators, and not just creators, South African e-commerce entrepreneurs, to be able to sell things to the international market, giving South Africa the launch pad to the rest of the world. America, Canada, Russia, Belarus, and everywhere. But actually, if we look at the URL of Amazon, which I've got on the screen right now, it actually says .co.za. And if it's a UK version, it says .co.uk. So that means that Amazon may be marketing itself as to South Africans as allowing us to reach an international market, or that's at least the idea that people have in their minds. Meanwhile, it's just an Amazon version for South Africa, which means South African sellers selling South African products to South Africans. But I thought that that's what Takealot's for. So now we have the exact same space, the exact same customers, but now we have a different player trying to segment the market and take away the people who would usually be supporting your Takealot shop. And that's a major issue. So what can you do? Because now we've understood that the market's changing. There are new players. There's Amazon. There's changes to the fundamental way in which we identify which products we can sell. So, as I've talked about 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝙊𝙎, what you guys can do, and I made a separate video on this, how you can sell on 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝙊𝙎, and that's going to be at the end of this video that you can see a screen to click on that. That video talks about how people can go from 0 to make 200 Rand. So what they do is they take their second-hand items, take a photo of their water bottles, take a photo of their speakers, take a photo of technology, and then they can make the sale. But what you guys can start to do to supplement your income if you find Takealot seriously going down is find second-hand thrift shops. Find other people who have shops who also want to sell stuff and say, I want to be your guy. I'm going to take your photos because I understand the tech. And I know that you guys might be old school. Leave it to me and I'll sort it out. Give me a commission of the sale. Now you guys have 0 Rand that you've stuck in inventory. You don't have to worry about storage fees. You don't have to worry about delivery fees. And then that's going to allow you to sell and build a second division of your business so that when Takealot cuts itself and no longer is able to provide you with genuine market who want to buy products that you can sell at a profit, then you're able to sell your second-hand stuff. And I'll tell you a second benefit of these other apps. For example, let's talk about 𝙀𝙀𝙋𝙊𝙎 here. With Takealot, I understand that it used to be a 36 Rand delivery fee. Now that's skyrocketed to 48, and I calculated at 55 Rand just to be safe. 𝙀𝙀𝙋𝙊𝙎 charged the customer for the delivery. So if you listed at 200 Rand, guess what money you're going to get as your net income? You're going to see the full value of that 200. Whereas with Takealot, you set it for 200. Next thing, you're minusing a success fee, maybe 10 to 15%. You're minusing a 48 Rand delivery fee. You also need to package it. Your 200 Rand maybe ends up as 40 Rand or 20 Rand, depending on how bad your category that you're selling it is. So that's a benefit of 𝙀𝙀𝙋𝙊𝙎, and that's actually why people are moving to these different platforms and not sticking with Takealot. I'll tell you a second thing. Compared to Amazon and compared to other players, Amazon just extended, now you can see it on the screen, extended their selling fee, not from 400 Rand, not for 600 Rand, for 1 Rand, from the beginning of this year to the end of the next year. That's 12 Rand to sell on Amazon. You know how much Takealot will charge you for each month? 460 Rand from the time that you send in your stock. 460 Rand. And imagine us trying to start a business where you only have 50 Rand or only have 100 Rand to buy your first 2 or 3 products. How are you ever going to reach that critical mass where you send enough stock? I remember when I started the Takealot business, this is already 3 years ago, I luckily had other people to help me and I was working with my mom. And I had limited money, just like you guys may have had limited money. 100 Rand, 200 Rand, to go all the way to the supply and buy 1 or 2 products. How am I ever going to make enough net revenue to be able to cover the 400 Rand? And then I'll tell you something worse. Here you can see here on my screen right now, how they've deducted the 400 Rand, now it's minus. Now I'm not just working to make the money so I can pay the 400. I'm literally working to recover the debt. Takealot have put me in debt when I'm trying to make a business and serve its market. So this is exactly why Takealot is dead. If you guys are interested in improving your lives and trying to figure out other ways to earn money and supplement your income without supporting Takealot, then subscribe down to this channel so you get that new hot off the press information. Because information has and always will be your and my competitive advantage to stand out against the rest. If you know about a new trick or if you know about a new hustle and you're the first one there, how can you not make money? But if you're the 400th person who's decided, oh, I'm going to start digging gold in Johannesburg, I promise you, you're absolutely never going to be able to make money from it. So the first mover advantage. That's exactly why I don't like Takealot. I've been a Takealot seller for 3 years already. That's why I have this, and that's why I have this behind me. And I'm coming to tell you, these are my biggest pet peeves with Takealot. And there are loads more issues that I have with them. So if you guys are dedicated to improve your financial situation, never, ever put all your eggs in one basket.